Hello, I'm Pastor Dave, and this is your Monday morning sermon recap for Monday, December 25th, 2023. Merry Christmas. So here's our recap. This week we looked at Luke chapter 1, verses 26 through 38, and this is the Annunciation passage where Gabriel informs Mary she will be the mother of the Messiah. Now this is the traditional passage for late in Lent, where we hear the Annunciation. It's an important passage that speaks exactly who Christ is. But there's some lessons in here for us about how we live our lives. Part of this comes from the fact that the prophecies from the Messiah had been a long time coming. And in this passage, we are reminded that God's prophecies will be fulfilled. It may take a long time, it might not be when we think they will be, but ultimately they will be fulfilled. It's also that reminder that God's timing is not our timing. This can often be a stumbling block for us. And we see this in Mary, that this is not the ideal time for her to become pregnant, but it fits God's. And that's a reminder for us that even when we ask for something, it may not come when we wish it would be. But it's also a reminder about the unexpected. Because God will do things in unexpected ways. And really, this isn't so much something about God, but more about us, where we have our own ideas and understandings and desires that do not often line up with what God wants. So it's a surprise for us when God does what God wants done, and it's not what we expected. But yet, through all of this, one of the core messages in here is that we can still trust in God's promises. Whether they're the prophecies that have yet to be fulfilled or the promises of what comes as a reward of faithful life, they will be fulfilled. And for us especially, as we celebrate the birth of Christ this day, and as we have celebrated over the weekend, it is a reminder ultimately that Christ will come again. This is something the church has been preparing for since Christ ascended. And it's a promise we still hold to. So that's your recap for this week. Reminder, we worship Saturday night at 6:30, Sunday morning at 10:45, and we live stream the Sunday morning service at 10:45 on the WSUMC Live Facebook page. But until next time, I'm Pastor Dave, and I hope to see you in worship.